How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and Auto Camp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I can't remember if I ever started a video game comparison. I think I have done video game comparisons before on my podcast, but I can't remember if I ever, turned it into a series on here and stuff. But anyways, regardless, no, I wanted to do a comparison podcast episode talking on the two video games, No Man's Sky and X4 Foundations. Now, for those that don't really know too much about these games, both of these games, they are both space sim games. No Man's Sky, I would say, is a little bit more animated. I would look at that like if one of these games had to be turned into a cartoon, I definitely see No Man's Sky becoming a cartoon. That seems more of a cartoon game than X4 Foundations. I feel like with X4 Foundations, it's that they try to be too realistic. Like No Man's Sky, the thing is this, like both games, I guess they can be confusing to a person that's playing them for the first time. But I had to say that X4 Foundations, they just make that game way too, just difficult, and that's the thing where I'm like, people need to understand that, more so talking on developers, that not everybody wants a difficult experience. Now, I get that that's what you guys overall wanted for the game, but I'm like, you have to remember that there are going to be people using their last $50 to buy your guys' game, or if the game is on sale, however much it costs on sale. The one thing that a person doesn't want to have when playing your game is a bad time. So it trips me out because I'm like, the times where I've criticized X4 Foundation for being too difficult, people have gotten on me about that. And I'm like, look, I get that you're fans of the game. I'm not going to take that away from you. I don't want to take that away from you. But if you found yourself here watching my videos, listening to my podcast episodes of me bad-mouthing X4 Foundations, you was looking for something, and you found it. Because my thing is this. If I like a game, fam, I'm not looking at no reviews. I'm not watching no videos about why people don't like the game. I'm playing this game because I like it. And that's the thing about it. Like No Man's Sky, for an example, I've been playing this game a lot recently, and I love it. I'm like, No Man's Sky, I would have to say, it's one of the best games of 2025, even though this game came out almost 10 years ago. But in my opinion, it's one of the best games of 2025. It's one of those games that's still standing till this day. And yeah, when it very first came out, my thing is this, let's say if No Man's Sky and X4 Foundations, if X4 Foundations came out the same year as No Man's Sky, and then let's say if X4 Foundations had came out on console, yeah, I probably would have said something completely different than what I'm saying now. But if I had to just pretty much cut straight to it, I would say that No Man's Sky, if you're looking for a game where you could spend less money and get more gameplay, No Man's Sky is the route. Because I'm like, they have this big giant this area, or map. I was like, I didn't know what to call it, because I was like, no, it's they got multiple galaxies, they got multiple solar systems. Well, I think it's supposed to be one big giant galaxy. I don't know. Regardless, at the end of the day, No Man's Sky, I would have to say, yeah, map-wise, huge. I don't think I've ever seen a map that big in video game history. I think No Man's Sky, hold on for a second, let me see, what is the biggest map in video game history? Let's see, looking for a game with the biggest, the largest video game map in terms of total surface area is typically considered to be, in Minecraft, with its procedural generated world offering a virtually infinite space. However, in terms of single contiguous pre-designed map, the Elder Scroll So they're talking, okay, so I'm trying to think, like, Microsoft Simulator, I had to say theirs is pretty big too. But No Man's Sky, because, yeah, there was, like, features a universe, so it's a universe with 18 quintillion planets, each procedurally generated, making its map size astronomically large. They said that it would take you, if you spent 1 second on each planet, it would take you, I think they said, like 500 billion years or something. Like, hold on for a second. Let me see. How long will it take to fully explore No Man's Sky? Other people looked it up too. Yeah, 585 billion years if you visited each planet just for 1 second. Just for 1 second. And that's the thing, it takes you, like, so you land on the planet, or even if you just flew from planet to planet and stuff, like you flew down, flew back up and things, still though, it's going to, that's the thing, you could get the fastest ship in the game, you could be teleporting, you could be doing all these different things, still it is going to take you forever. X4 Foundations don't offer that. Now, they do offer, like, some distances and some areas that you can go to, but that was the thing, though, that I didn't like about X4 Foundation. I just remember when they had me do a mission. Now, my thing is this. Anytime when you do a mission in a video game and they're gonna have you traveling some distance and stuff, if you have an auto fly feature, or even if it's on some stuff where you're marking it on the map of where exactly I need to go, do that. X4 Foundations didn't do that. So, like, my thing is this, right? Let's say if you do play No Man's Sky. Now, imagine if they, 18 quintillion planets, all right? I think I'm saying that word correctly. But 18 quintillion planets. Imagine if they said you had to go do this mission, but they ain't gonna tell you where the mission is at. So you have to look through 18 quintillion planets. Fam, I'm telling you right now, I would get all the way up till 50 and I would rage quit and I would never play No Man's Sky again if they had it set up on some stuff where they don't even let you know where the mission is at. But that's the thing though with No Man's Sky, all you just need is the material to craft the equipment that you need to warp to other solar systems and planets and all that stuff. X4 Foundations, I remember they had me do this mission where I think it was like a spy mission or something like that, right? And I'm going to talk on the difficulty of each games too. But anyways, getting back to when I had did this traveling stuff in X4 Foundations. But they had it where I had to go to this, like, it was like some sort of like space station or something like that. Do some spy stuff. Didn't know whether I was doing the mission correctly or not. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, you're going to have to guide me. Because I haven't fully played this game. Now, yes, you guys do have this lengthy, extensive tutorial. And that's one thing that I will say is that when it comes to tutorials, I'm not trying to spend more time in the tutorial than I am playing the video game. I guess, yeah, if you sit down, you play throughout, and that's the thing too, you gotta also remember that there are people with failing memory systems where I am not going to remember everything that I need to remember when it comes to the tutorial in X4 Foundations, and I'm not trying to have it where that's why I'm like, games like that needs to have an in-game tutorial, where I'm like, the tutorial should have just been in-game, or they should just have something at the bottom saying, press this button to do this, travel here to do that, dude, like, you know, just something where I'm like, okay, I'm not having to run back and forth in case if I forgot something. But anyways, back to this mission. So anyways, I eventually do figure out the mission. I do figure it out. I did this spy stuff. Next thing you know, I start getting chased by some guys. Thought I had got away. I didn't. Ended up having it where my spaceship had blew up. Lost out on it. Now I'm just stuck out in space. Why would you think somebody would want to experience some stuff like that? Why would you? My thing is this. Do you guys think you would sit down and watch the movie if the main character died in the beginning of the movie? And then it's just about, it ain't even about like the people around the main character. It's like them side characters that be on, like, you know, like them 90s sitcoms where they just do like reactions in the background and stuff. They ain't got no lines. Do you think you will watch a whole movie, a 2.5 hour movie, where the main character dies in the beginning of the movie and then the rest of the movie is just focused on people doing facial reactions? I'm like, since when did silent films make a comeback? Because I'm not going to watch that movie. So my thing is this. If I very first start playing the game, don't have it where there's enemies killing me off left and right like it's nothing. Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how am I supposed to progress through the game the difficulty is gonna be like that. Versus No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, they allow you to where you can play custom games, so you can play throughout the story, but you can customize the difficulty however you want to have it customized. So if you want to have it where the enemies are weak, you can do that. If you want to have it where the enemies are mad strong, you can do that. If you want to have it where creatures attack or don't attack, you can do that. If you want to have it where you could go into a 500 and something degree planet and not burn up, guess what? You can do that. So that's the thing. Before people start critiquing me on my criticism towards X4 Foundations, you have to understand there are going to be games better than X4 Foundations. Again, I'm not trying to take you away from X4 Foundations. If you like playing that game, stop listening to this podcast episode and go play the game. All right, but my thing is this. I'm going to keep it a buck with people. I'm not going to lie to my audience. But the thing is this, though. Maybe not for me. Yeah, X4 Foundations, it's a game not meant for me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's a game where I'm like, if there's ever a time where let's say if Steam rolls out something where they're all like, oh, you could trade in games that you have in your library that you don't play anymore or don't want to play, but you might not be able to get all your money back. But yeah, like they have like those Steam cards. If they had it set up where I can sell my video games too and just lose access to it, X4 Foundations is definitely going to be on that list, because that's a game where I'm like, I do not care for playing it anymore. Yeah, maybe down the road I might give that game a chance, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm gonna have to definitely set some time aside for watching YouTube tutorials, playing through the tutorial all over again, possibly having to start the game all over again, just to, I'm like, okay, make sure of it, that I have like the spaceship that I need to have, all that. Like, they do offer a lot in that game, because I think they do kind of have it on the same business with No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky just recently rolled out this update where you can run settlements on X4 Foundation. I think, yeah, you can like manage and run like a space station and stuff. So I do think that that's cool that they have that set up in the game. Then I think they also have it where you can create spaceships too. So yeah, they have like some like cool things in the game. It's just that those things are locked behind extensive, and I mean extensive, tutorials. And I'm like, bro, here's the thing with No Man's Sky. When they have like an in-game tutorial, so when you start playing the game, like, so you start the story, the tutorial is letting you know how to fix up parts on your spaceship, how to build this, how to build that, how to travel to this solar system, how to travel to this planet, how to summon an anomaly and stuff and talk and do some missions on there, how to accept missions on a space station and things, all these other different things that you can do. Like, they let you know where you need to go and all this other stuff, but they have it where the in-game tutorial, it just pops up on the side, and you can turn it off if you want to. Like, once you have it all figured out, and it's like, all this thing is just doing is occupying space. But that's the thing, though, with big games like No Man's Sky, yeah, you're gonna be doing that a lot. You're gonna be forgetting some things, because I know for me, it was on how to build the stuff to travel from solar system to solar system. Like, I forgot to, I think it was like a warp cell or something like that. I forgot how to craft those, but they have an in-game tutorial that will let you know how to craft a warp cell. So I was like, okay, cool. I ain't got to trip about nothing and stuff. So, but yeah, X4 Foundations, it's like they have like its own section. And I'm like, that's what they should have did with that game. Have it where the tutorial was a like a free download, and then had it where you go out and buy the game. So at least then you're not stuck with the game, because it's like, how many hours did I put in X4 Foundation? Hold on for a second. Let me check real quick. 8 hours, and most of them hours it was of me trying to figure out the tutorial. So that's why I'm like, at least, like, and just even mentioning some other games like EVE Online, Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen, like, yeah, those games, they can be confusing games too, but I have to say that X4 Foundation was probably the most confusing game that I played. And so then let's just talk on one last thing before I end this episode. Let's talk on the fan bases between both games. And I have to say, this would have been the determining factor. Like, if I was trying to figure out what game, like, let's say if I never played either of these games, but I was wondering how both communities were. X4 Foundation's community, they get so upset when you badmouth the game. And I'm like, it even went as far as to one of the fans of that game had commented, like, bro, commented underneath my videos reached out to me on Twitter, then eventually joined my stream wanting to debate me over the existence of X4 Foundations. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't care. This debate could have went on from when he wanted to debate me all the way up until this present minute. I'm still going to have the same feelings I have about X4 Foundation. That was probably the most toxic. That was one of the most toxic interactions that I had with a fan base. Because I'm like, bro, you're getting upset over another person's opinion about a game that I own. It would make sense if it's like I went over to your house and played the game and all that stuff. Then you can say whatever you need to say and do whatever you need to do. But my thing is this. I wasted my money on that game. I should be upset. I should feel a certain way. Especially when the last time I played this game, hold on for a second. Last time I played this game was January 13th of this year. So I should be upset. I ain't wasting my money on the game. Yes, I'm not happy about that. But so anyways, I remember I was doing the stream where I was playing the racing game Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. This guy came into my stream. He was like, well, let's debate. I'm like, I'm not going to debate you. That's something where I'm like, you should have known that by the unanswered, tweet and comments and stuff throughout the internet and stuff. I'm not going to debate you about a game that I don't even like and things. So then he started debating me about Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Then let me just let you guys know, I'm a car guy. I know about cars. I have been studying cars since I was in high school. So I know the difference between different cars like muscle cars, compact cars, luxury cars, stuff like that. I know that a Mustang is going to be faster than a Honda Civic, and a Honda Civic is going to be faster than probably that BMW that, Steve Urkel had in Family Matters. And then that car is going to probably be faster than somebody, walking at full speed or something. But this guy was trying to debate me about a Ford Mustang being slower than a Mini Cooper. He even went as far as to find a video of a newer Mini Cooper going up against a 2004 Mustang. It looked like it could have possibly been like a 2013 Mini Cooper, but he's trying to convince me that, this video was the determining factor. But I'm like, okay, let's take the fastest Mustang that's out right now. I believe is the Mustang Dark Horse. What is the fastest? I said fattest. Fastest Mustang. Let's just see fastest Mustang. The fastest Mustang ever made is the 2025 Ford Mustang GTD. It boasts a supercharged 5.2 liter V8 engine producing 815 horsepower, making it the most powerful production Mustang in history. The Mustang GTD also has a top speed of 202 miles per hour. Now let's see what is the fastest Mini Cooper? The fastest Mini Cooper. Okay, so I was like, wait a minute, what are they saying here? But they was like, the fastest Mini Cooper model is the John Cooper Works GP. Specifically, the 2020 model F56 is noted for its top speed of 165 miles per hour. Now, last I checked, 202 is higher than 165. That's what I mean by like fans just being toxic, where it's like you're arguing about, first off, you don't even know about my history with cars. Second, you're trying to debate me on some stuff that don't even matter. Third, if you're going to do research, don't go based off of a video where they got it's like an uneven matchup. It's like, prime Mike Tyson will lose in the fight against old Mike Tyson. That's how it felt in things. And I'm like, bro, that's why I was like, that guy, I ended up banning him from my stream. Then with No Man's Sky, I just simply asked a question yesterday on what was the hottest planet that you went to. Fam, you would have you've seen a community come together. But that's the thing though, I haven't really said nothing about anything bad about No Man's Sky. I guess if there is anything bad that I could say, I wish traveling was a little bit easier in that game, maybe. Traveling being a little bit easier. Oh, I wish I could have, more of those bigger ships, the freight fighters or freight ships or something like that. I wish I could have more of those. I wish maybe the missions were, I'm trying to maybe have it where I can travel a little bit faster across the planets too. Like, yeah, it's just, like stuff like that. Maybe having it where material was a little bit more easier to get. But that's the thing, though. I feel like that the game, they knew that a lot of people would be getting into this game, so they're like, let's just make this game for everybody. That's another thing too, that you'll hold on for a second. Let's just see how many people are playing both games. No Man, and let's just go based off of Steam player count, because I mean, it seemed like it would be unfair if I were to add Xbox, PlayStation. No Man's Sky is on Nintendo Switch, bro. Like, that's how I even got back into the game in the first place, because I seen that it came out on the Switch, and I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and see what that game is all about and things. Now, I will say that, yeah, X4 or just that series and stuff, they do have more games than the people behind No Man's Sky. But yeah, overall at the end of the day, it's like, you're having to, you sit down and think about the amount of money that you're gonna have to put into No Man's Sky, and then the amount of money that you'll have to put into, like, let's say if you wanted to buy all of the X games, you're gonna be putting in a lot of money and stuff. But because besides X4, let's see all the different games, because they got like, yeah, X1, 2, 3. I think they have like some side games, like standalone like games and stuff. But anyways, yeah, they got quite a few games, and then they also have some DLCs for X4 Foundation. Quite a few DLCs. So altogether, if you were to buy X4 Foundation, so let's say that, let's add that, and then let's add all the DLCs to the game. So it would be $201 for to buy all those all that stuff all over again. And I'm like, that to me versus No Man's Sky. And that's the thing, like, it's like, oh well, one is like a sound, oh no, most of them are soundtracks. Hold on for a second. Let's do that again, but we're gonna remove the soundtracks, because I'm like, ain't nobody buying. At least I don't know of nobody that's going out their way buying soundtracks. So let's do that again, but this time remove the soundtracks and stuff. So add that all back up. It's more?
Not all meals are created equal. For instance, breakfast has the spicy egg McMuffin for a limited time, and lunch doesn't. McDonald's breakfast comes first. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Hold on for a second. That's crazy. There's all like, okay, let's add or get rid of that. There's like the stuff that's weird. Okay, let's remove. I don't know why it doubled. Let me refresh the page and stuff. It doubled all the stuff again. That's weird, man. That don't even make no sense. Okay, I don't know. Steam's having some issues. Okay, but yeah, let's remove the sound, all the soundtracks and stuff. And okay, so let's remove that. I don't know why they got so many soundtracks. It's like, bro, and it's like, hold on for a second. The soundtracks are like $9.99. Like, bro, that's crazy. I'm like, cause I that's one thing that with playing X4, I never paid attention to the music. I never been all like, oh man, that's some good music that they playing in the background and stuff. Yeah, that's insane. Okay, so wait a minute. Okay, wait, there's a couple of more stuff that I got to remove and things. So, all right, so after that, like, after all this, so, like, yeah, just getting the DLCs, no soundtracks, getting the game and the DLC, it's $131. So, versus No Man's Sky. And No Man's Sky is currently on sale right now, but even outside the sale, it still doesn't cost. It's only $59.99. And then what's crazy is that you possibly can go to a store. Let's just see No Man's Sky near me. Let's just see. So GameStop has it on Switch. So yeah, let's just open up those. Then the Nintendo Switch store, PlayStation. Let's see. Okay, so GameStop's they got a copy on PlayStation for $18.99. That's $19.99. So it's $18.99 for Pro members, but $19.99 just by itself. So that's if you want to buy it on PlayStation. And let's see what the business is with Xbox. $24.99 if you want. I don't know why it costs more on Xbox. Maybe you get more or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, PlayStation 5, $29.99. Okay, that's not that bad. And things PC, let's see, 59. Dang, that's well. I guess yeah, it's a digital code and stuff. Okay, so and then Switch. $39.99. So it's like, so my thing is this. Hold on for a second. Let me see how much it will probably. No, actually, I sit down. I take that back. It'll probably, if I were to buy all of them. But no, that's the thing. You can buy it on Xbox and you'll be able to play it both on your Xbox and on PC if you buy it on there or buy the game digitally at least. So at least Xbox will allow that and stuff. But I think it's the same with whatchamacallit, Nintendo. Yeah, it's the same with Nintendo. They actually have a free upgrade. So if you do buy it on the Switch, you can upgrade the game for free. Best Buy ain't got it. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyways, the game is currently on sale right now everywhere and things. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm all like, yeah, and then on top of that, it's like they listen to their audience when it came down to developing that game. Yeah, when the game very first came out, oh yeah, it was bad. It was horrible. Like stuff did not look right on there and things. That's what I was saying. If this would have been around the time, if like let's say No Man's Sky was still in the same state that it was in back then, I would rather play X4 Foundations and stuff. I just have to, take the L on, trying to figuring that game out and stuff. But I would rather sit down and play that than to play No Man's Sky in the state that it was in when it very first came out. But I didn't really sit down and play that game like how I did. So I was like, yeah, I think if I had the mindset that I have now back then, I probably would have put more hours into No Man's Sky. But anyways, no, yeah, let's overall talk on the player count. So there's 2,276 people in game right now for X4 Foundations. That's not that bad. 9,469 players in game right now for Steam. Hold on for a second. There's like all these different things that they had at the bottom, and I was like, let's just see what that's all about and things. So it's just kind of like letting you know, like controller support, all this other stuff. Wait, let's see something real quick. Is it Steam or yeah, Steam Deck verified? Okay, so yeah, it's X4 Foundations is Steam Deck verified. That's good, but I don't know how it plays though. Like I would have to see how it plays on Steam Deck before I can give you guys an accurate review and stuff, like comparing both games. And I might end up doing that, but I don't know. I actually, you know what? I think I might end up doing that because I do have the Lenovo Legion Go, and I think I might end up doing that, just downloading both games on there. So, and then just because I think I can run it at Steam Deck specs and stuff on the Legion Go and things, and I will just end up doing that and stuff. But anyways, like I'm just watching the trailer right now that they got going on, this like Beacon trailer. And then that's another thing too. So all the like DLC content that No Man's Sky has added throughout the years, because now they got this thing where you can run a settlement. They have it like all the different spaceships and stuff. Like they don't have no DLCs. Hold on for a second. Let me check the DLC section. The only thing that they have is the Starborn Phoenix ship. And I think that's just something that you get in the game. It ain't even like a legitimate DLC. Like I think it's just when you buy the game, like it comes with it and stuff. So yeah, that's I'm like it's like they've been giving away stuff with that game. Do you see X4 Foundations doing that? Do you see them giving away and maybe they did. Maybe they did, and I just don't know. But I just feel like that with No Man's Sky, if there was a friend that approached me and was all like, I want to get into space simulation games, what game should I get, No Man's Sky or X4 Foundations? I'm like, if you want something small and complex, like just something that's like small and difficult, X4 Foundations. If you want something that's like, and that's pretty much how them games are. X4 Foundations is a smaller game, but it's more difficult. No Man's Sky is a bigger game, but it's easy. And you would think that it would be the other way around, like X4 Foundations being a smaller game, that would be a lot easier, and then No Man's Sky would be the more difficult game. Weird how that's set up, but Anyways, yeah, but overall though, if I had to say, I would like, nah, yeah, get No Man's Sky. You'll have more fun playing that game. There's more to do on that game. You can land on the planets and travel wherever you want to travel to. And it's like, it seems like that every time you go somewhere, it's always different. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I done found planets that's been freezing cold, burning up hot, planets that have water, planets that dried up and died. I'm like, yeah, man, it's always something different. They'll even have it where if you save some random aliens from some pirates, they give you a free spaceship, bro. That's why I'm like, man, yeah, anybody that tells me like, oh, I think I remember I did get a free spaceship in, whatchamacallit, X4 Foundations, but it was nothing like the spaceship in, No Man's Sky. That's why I'm like, yeah, bruh, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, No Man's Sky is definitely winning, this comparison and stuff, so. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.